What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtisshaw TV. A quick transfer talk episode today. The main headline that I've been hearing the past few days is about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang potentially going to China for £80 million. Now, I've seen mixed reports around this. It seems like the interest is definite, but the rumours seem to be that Aubameyang wants to stay and maybe even sign a new deal. But, the old Arsenal fan base is a bit, hyperactive. And I just want to touch on both sides to that argument. I've seen a lot of people saying that they would cash in on Aubameyang. And it's an argument I really don't understand. If you look at Arsenal, we've got a 20-goal Premier League striker. That's the benchmark for any top striker in Premier League football now. Is 20 league goals plus. This is where you need to be. This is where the elite strikers are. We've got a guy who scored 22 goals last year in a team that I've said before lacks balance, lacks quality wingers, lacks a number 10 who's really creating. And yet people are talking about selling him. They're talking about resale value. They're talking about take the £80 million. Arsenal are about to enter their third season in the Europa League. Now, unfortunately for us, whatever we think of Arsenal and the great club and all the great players we've had, we are now being viewed in world football as a Europa League side. We've been in this competition now for a third season. We are going to struggle to attract top level players. We haven't got the money, or we're not being given the money. Manchester United are in the Europa League, but they will sign superstars because they will spend crazy money and crazy wages. Arsenal won't do that. There's no evidence to suggest they'll do that. How can we afford to sell our only striker who is scoring 20 plus league goals? We slaughtered Giroud for years. This guy was having goal droughts of 15 games at times without scoring. Now, a lot of people are talking about Lacazette. I like Lacazette. I respect him. His all-round game is very good. But let's talk about facts, not opinions. Lacazette has just said himself he had his best season of his career last season. He scored 13 Premier League goals last season. 13. He played nearly every single Premier League game last season, up front, and a lot of the time with another striker. Now, usually it's easier to play with another striker because he's going to take the focus away from you and pull defenders away. Lacazette scored the same amount of goals in the Premier League last season as Glenn Murray at Brighton, a team where the manager was sacked and they were nearly relegated. The same as Paul Pogba, who was slaughtered last season. I know he scored a lot of penalties. And Gylfi Sigurdsson. 13 Premier League goals. That is what he hit. Now, as good as Lacazette's all-round game is, for me, he is 7 or 8 goals short of where he needs to become that top-level striker. His all-round game is fantastic. What it shows me is Aubameyang is like gold dust. 20 goal strikers in the Premier League are like gold dust. Aubameyang, Mane, Salah and Aguero are the only 4 people who scored 20 league goals last season. Not Harry Kane, not Jamie Vardy, not Eden Hazard. It shows the level. Yeah, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, his all-round game isn't sensational. But he does exactly what he says on the tin. You create chances and I'll score goals. He came in half a season when we signed him in January. He got 10. He played his first full season. He got 22 in the league. He got more in all competition. I think he scored 29 in all comps. This is a market where 20 goal strikers in the Premier League are at a premium. Real Madrid have just signed a guy in Jovic for £60 million on the back of one good season in Germany. That shows how lack of top quality strikers in world football nowadays. So how can we afford to sell Aubameyang? If I give you £80 million now as an Arsenal fan and I say go into that market and get me a goal scorer, who are you going to buy? What top strikers want to join Arsenal at the moment? You're going to struggle to get one. You're going to take a risk, get potential. The last risky striker we signed was Lucas Perez. Look how that turned out. Lucas Podolski, how did that turn out? Olivier Giroud, he was steady but not good enough, couldn't lead us to a title. How did that turn out? Danny Welbeck, how did that turn out? This isn't a market where Arsenal can take chances, take risks. We signed Aubameyang at 28 years of age. We needed goals to replace Alexis Sanchez going out. And Aubameyang has done exactly what we needed from him. He scored goals. He missed a penalty against Tottenham. Listen, everybody misses penalties. Lionel Messi missed a penalty in the Copa America final. I've seen Cristiano Ronaldo miss penalties. Everybody and anybody can miss a penalty. That is not the problem. The problem with Arsenal is the lack of creativity from our wingers, from our number 10, Mesut Ozil, the lack of goals from our wingers, our number 10, and our midfield, the lack of quality in our defence. There are only two positions in the Arsenal side that we have no problem with. The goalkeeper, Leno, who for me is the best goalkeeper we've had at the club since Lehmann, better than Cech, Fabianski, Almunia, Ospina, all these guys, Szczesny, better than all of them. He needs a better defence in front of him. And Aubameyang and Lacazette, two quality strikers, great partnership. There is no problem there. Let's not worry about resale value. We're not businessmen, we're fans. We want the best for the team. Manchester City aren't panicking that Aguero is in his 30s or nearly 30 and talking about getting rid of him. He's a superstar. Stick with him. Football is moving. Players are going to be able to play till they're older with modern science and all these things. If Aubameyang was looking slow and timid, I would say, okay, maybe the 80 million makes sense. He's just had a fantastic season in a team that is not great. Put better players around him, encourage him. As a fan base, we should be embracing him. I want to see his name on the back of shirts. I want to hear fans singing his name and clinging on to him. We've got a superstar. Let's not turn our back on him and talk about resale value and business. Eddie Nketiah, young player, not good enough at the moment. Has he had the chance? Probably not. But he needs more time. We can't be talking about let Aubameyang go and push Nketiah. Let's be honest. We've got a superstar. Let's embrace him. Let's enjoy him. Let's not worry about his age. If he leaves in 2 or 3 years for £5 million, so what? This club's got enough money. I'm more interested in what he can give us on the pitch. So in terms of Aubameyang, absolutely no way. I wouldn't even sell him for 100 million. Keep him. Build around him and Lacazette. Build around Leno. Let's strengthen. Let's get some better players in. And let's see what happens in the coming weeks. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. You know, I'm not saying it's a fact what I'm saying. A lot of people have said, you know, I would cash in on Aubameyang, maybe get some wingers and hope that Lacazette can score that 20 goals. But at the moment, for me, I would keep Aubameyang. Let me know what you think. There'll be more videos coming up soon. Bless.